What is UGC, and should you even start doing it? That's a question we all have when we come across UGC. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Karonde. I'm a UGC creator. I've experienced over 2 years creating content for 200 plus brands at this point. And I know when I first came across UGC, I was also asking the same questions. Like, I was interested because I wanted to be a content creator, but I didn't exactly want the follow and want the lifestyle that came with being an influencer or even that sort of thing. So in today's video, we're gonna go over what is UGC. And then we're also gonna go over, should I start doing UGC? Two questions a lot of us have when we're first starting, especially. Okay, so let's start with, what is UGC? UGC stands for User Generated Content. This is when you create content for brands based on like the user's perspective. So not like an influencer trying to influence people to buy the products, but more of an everyday customer saying why you like the product, encouraging people to check it out based off of a more natural experience than, you know, a more, you know, sponsored hashtag ad experience. So more natural than influencer content. UGC is also mostly freelance, but you can also get like a job underneath an agency where they continuously give you work to create content, but it's mostly freelance. And so UGC, let's just say, is a self-run business. So it's really just you until you get to the point, and if you want to at these points, to hire an editor, a virtual assistant to do the outreach for you, things like that, you know. So what is UGC? User generated content, more natural than influencer content, and a self-run business. So as we got what is UGC, let's also list what's not UGC. What's not UGC? Or what isn't UGC? Excuse my grammar. So what isn't UGC is leaving text reviews for brands in exchange for a product. So once you start UGC, you get a lot of these offers of like people, Amazon brands mostly, but sometimes even other brands, they'll message you and want you to literally just, they either send you the money or you have to even buy the product out of pocket, and then they want you to leave a 5-star review once it comes in so they can boost their ratings. But that's really not good for your Amazon account or theirs, because that's like illegal based on, you know, not legal, but Amazon doesn't want you to do that. So that's not UGC. Like, your user leaving a review, but UGC is more video review, photo review, testimonial, things like that. And then what's also isn't UGC? Having to grow a following and get hired solely based off of follower count. Alright, so obviously having a following and having to grow a following is leaning more towards influencing. And yeah, we're not doing influencing. No, we're not doing influencing. So you don't have to have a following, but having a bit of a following, it does help, I won't lie. Now, I don't have much of a following at all. Most of my deals come from Twitter, and I only have 1,900 followers, but of course I grew it from zero. Instagram, I have 1,800 followers, grew from zero, but these are still small numbers. And TikTok, I have 3,000, but that's not UGC focus. That's more TikTok shop focus for me. So you don't really need a following. It helps some, but not really. And yes, here's what is UGC and what's not UGC. Now let's move on to should you start UGC, based on mentality, mindset, and what it may actually entail. People make UGC seem like it's an easy, oh, I get paid to drink water. I get paid to, clip my toenails. I don't know. But yeah, it's not that easy. Like, we get paid to do stuff in videos like that. Like, technically, I got paid the other day to spray around my house with pesticides that a brand sent me for the pesticide brand. But I also came up with the idea, also contacted the person in the first place to try to get the deal, and you don't always get every deal either, so I could have not got that deal. Plus, stayed in communication, sent them my shipping information, signed a contract, got the contract in. Once the content is done, I edited that together, sent all the versions they needed, and then on top of that, I labeled the Google Drive folder by the clips they had, we had agreed on so they can read it easy. Then I sent an invoice to the person that was supposed to pay me from that agency or brand, and then I got paid, and then I sent another email to thank them. That's the whole collaboration. It's not just I'm spraying pesticide and recording. Nah, it's stuff before, stuff during the filming process and editing process, and then stuff still after, and then even stuff after, because you can develop a relationship where they come back, want more content, or you reach out and then they want another collaboration. So it's not that simple, but it's doable. But again, this is what you should have if you're thinking about starting it. Let's start with that. So, mentality. Let's start with how your mind, I'm not saying it should be, because everybody can grow, but these things help because you have to be resilient. You have to have patience. Man, like, payments be late and stuff. It's a lot of stuff that has to do with mentality. But yes, so mentality, you'll either have to have going in or develop this during it, literally. So resilience, if I spell anything wrong, this is a safe space. I'm trying my best. So resilience because you'll have to get, reach out a lot, especially in the beginning. Reach out a lot, get a lot of no's because you're new. Your content may not be the greatest. It may not be, what they're looking for at the time, but there's always an opportunity for you out there. Like, we all got our foot in the door, all started from somewhere, and we didn't let the no's make us want to stop. Kept going until we got yes, and then yeses, and then yeses, and then next thing you know, it's full time. You're making full time income, it's taking up all your time. But yeah, resilience, because not gonna be easy. Even 2 years in, I gotta fight for my deals too, and I do. So resilience, patience. So this goes for responses from brands, like in general, like if you're already in a conversation or you outreach to them. Plus patience when it comes to payments, because some payments you get instantly. We love that. Some payments you don't get to 30 to 60 days later, which is all right, especially if you signed it in a contract and But also some brands go ghost. Now that means they can either come back and be like, okay, my bad, I took a long time, but hey, here's your money. Or they can ghost and you don't get it at all. And that can be very irritating because this is our livelihood, this is our job. And some people, they take the content, if you didn't watermark it, but I recommend watermarking unless you trust the brand, and even then, like, you should be able to trust some brands, but even trusting brands all the time, you work with them or not, can still get you messed up. I've seen it personally, I've seen it from friends. Patience, but also strength, because in those moments, strength and professionalism, because strength to get through it and professionalism not to go off on them, because you have to uphold an image as well. Like, you want to bite at them and tag them and bash them, but instead of doing that, you can do professionally and post about them. If it's that bad, there's also, we have lawyers like Do Pay Me, or like, not lawyers, but they help get payments. There's ways to get it in case that happens, but also sometimes it's just losses. I've taken $500 plus in losses because some brands, they just don't ever come back. It's not okay, but we live and we learn and we move on. But yeah, strength, professionalism, two important things that you will need. All right, to add to the mentality, you'll need to have a learning and growth mindset. You're not going to start off as the best creator. I don't care if you've been creating content. I don't like, you have to find what works for you content-wise in UGC, but also how to translate what the brands want into a natural, organic method, like a video, whatever, while also maintaining being yourself and showing personality so it don't seem like a robot or a drone. Like, you have to be willing to learn and to grow. That, as well as like learning where to pitch for you, what works for you, where brands see you the most, what platforms you can post on to get more brands to see you and come to you into your DMs. Like, learning, growth, and patience, that's all in the same one, because you need all of them, literally. And yeah, mentality other than this is positivity, I'd say, and / not comparing. Because so much people come into UGC and compare themselves to people that's been doing it for 1 year, even 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Like, they compare themselves, like you're a newbie, you're comparing yourself to someone that's been doing it for years, and you haven't been doing it for a month. That's dangerous, because we know what we're doing. Like, of course we do. We've been doing it. I hope we know what we're doing years in, but you don't. And that's okay. You got to find out. That's how we all started, though. Like, curiosity, learning, applying, seeing what works, cutting out what don't work, doubling down on what does. Like, everybody has to grow. So I see so much people coming in, instantly comparing themselves and complaining, like, all these creators are getting deals, but I'm not getting any. You just made your account like yesterday. Yeah, I know we wish it happens like that, but with UGC, usually, on average, I see creators get their first actually paid deal within the first 3 to 5 months, and even then it may take longer, it may take a shorter time, but usually it's not instant money. That's what people have messed up. Like, it can be, you can get lucky, like, and come in and start getting deals and then learning and growing, like, while you're doing those deals. But a lot of us go unpaid for months and just keep trying and growing, and then it latches on. Like, I'm 2 years in, and now I officially, like, I'm making good income. I'm getting close to $10,000 months, and that's not a necessity, but it's one of my personal goals, just to hit it at least once. Now, with a consistent income between $3,000 to like $7,000, that's way more than enough for me. So your income also goes based on you. Like, any deals you take, like, you want to do 30 videos for $500, they're easy, you can do it, you got the bandwidth, that's good for you. If a creator gets an offer for one video for $1,000, that's great, take that offer. Some people don't even take that offer because it doesn't align. Take what deals work for you. So yeah, positivity, because you can't compare yourself. You gotta keep a good mindset, or it will show in your work and how you talk in general. Learning and growth mindset, because you gotta learn, you gotta grow. You gotta learn, you gotta grow. This is not like something you can come in and just know it all. You gotta learn. Professionalism and strengths, because you're gonna need both. You gotta stay professional while being strong, setting your foot down, but also letting people know what they need to know. Patience, because things just take long sometimes. Some deals you'll start and then you won't finish it till 6 months later, but you still get paid. It's your patience. And resilience, because you will have to keep going through all the noise, through the nose, through everything. So yes, this is the mentality you need. You saw what UGC was. It's really just, when you break it down, creating content that really resonates with normal people like you. Like, I'm normal. I talk like this in my UGC content, but of course there's scripts, but you make it more natural. You use the product, get to know it, put that into the energy, into the script, into the work. Like, literally, it's a job that I think not everyone can do. Not anyone can do it, but the people that actually try, want to grow, show up, and don't weigh themselves down with imaginary weights, basically, by comparing yourself or just even creating a box to keep yourself in. You really have to be creative, and creative in finding deals, creative in making your content, creative in your personal brand and how you show up as a creator and how you express yourself, but translate it across niches and whatever you decide to do. So yes, now if you heard all that and you're like, that's me, great. Be sure you subscribe because I am making more content like this, literally filming another video right after I finish this one on how to make a UGC portfolio from scratch on Canva. I'm coming out with more videos every week, so be sure to subscribe. And if you don't think you fall into the needing to do UGC after watching, then that's okay too. There's so much other options. Like some people just write scripts. Some people become video editors. You know, it's so much other options to make money online and from home. That's not UGC that you just have to research. Like, I know you can. There's other options. But at the same time, those who stay to the end, those who think this is for them, I'm happy to see y'all. Definitely go make a Twitter account. Search up Karonde Creates. Check me out on Instagram, Karonde Creates. Check me out on TikTok, it's Karonde. All of that will be in the description always and on the screen now. But yeah, be sure to subscribe because I'll be here every Sunday with a new video teaching you how to do this, what to do. We're going to be at this whiteboard, breaking it down, talking it out. So yeah, I thank you for watching and I'll catch y'all next time.